I love fights. They're my favorite part of any show, when they're good. Probably why Bones is my favorite anime studio of all time, because they do nothing but quality fights. I mean, have you seen either Full Metal Alchemist series? It's just quality on screen the whole time, especially in Brotherhood, which just never stopped moving. Sorry if I'm gushing, it's just that I just marathoned all of Brotherhood with my sister and cousin right after watching My Hero Academia Season 2 again. So when I went to Myriad Colors Phantom World a little later that week, I was extremely dissatisfied with the fights so much that I thought I had to create a whole new series called Shit Fights, where fights go wrong. Quick thing before we get into the nitty gritty, I think I should say my opinion on the show before we start. The show is a 5 out of 10. I'm halfway through and I'm not really having any fun despite the occasional chuckle. One of the few times my opinions aligns with Digibro. Also doesn't help that I was extremely hyped for this show. An action show by Kyoto Animation? What more could I want? Well, it's apparently a little too much. So let's get into the first episode's action scene. This is the beginning of the episode and our main character is late for school. You know, like every good show in high school. And the problem with the fight becomes immediately apparent. There is constant cutting. Not like in my SAO video, which was constantly changing angles, but cutting to other people watching the fight or the main character being late. So Tits McGee jumps up and kicks the rejected Pokemon design right in the face and jumps back down. And the animation is actually really good, but good animation does not make up for bad directing choices. Because right when Tits McGee lands, it cuts to the main character guy being late. Then back to the fight, where the audience gets somewhat interested, and then it cuts back to main character guy. It's a pattern, okay, and it's very annoying. And the cuts become even more erratic, but it's not really with any style. The man finally makes it to school, so you would think, great, now I can see the action, right? No. Now we get to people expositing exposition about the Pokemon, and people making fun of them kinda, like in a friend way. And then the Pokemon throws Tits McGee at the main character dude. So you then finally think again, okay, so now I can watch the rest of the fight. No, they introduce another character and a pack of 4th graders watching the fight, explaining to us that the fight isn't going well. Oh gee, not only can I infer that myself from the constant dialogue about it, I have children explaining it to some other kid who does indeed have a cute design and is important later, kind of, but not until episode 5, so she doesn't need to be here anyway. I just want to watch the fight. I'm getting nothing from these useless side characters telling me how the fight is going. I can watch the fight and infer that myself! But I digress. Anyway, we get back to the fight and Tits McGee comes up with a plan, so she runs away towards the clock inside of the flower garden. I don't know, maybe she saw a master Pokeball or something. The Pokemon, now realizing what she's trying to pull, shoots some Gallic Gun balls at her, which is legit just disappear. Wait, I guess it was an impact frame. That was not made clear. So she has him chase after her, and he gets trapped between the clock pillars, which is very effective, and we get a cool animation of the main character guy sealing it. Well, that was a pretty crappy experience, and going through the fight again actually made me more angry than I was pre-writing this video. I started noticing little things that I don't really pay attention to, like how much the music sucks. You can do electronic music better than this. Parasite did it, and I love that soundtrack. Just listen and compare. Oh, you thought that was too tame? Listen to the show's action music. This is quality you're listening to. But my main problem with the fight is that you could actually do cutaways right. I know this is unfair, but look at Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Ha! You thought I was just rambling at the beginning. Psych! By the way, Brotherhood spoilers here, so skip to this point in the video if you don't want to get spoiled. I'm not really giving away too much, but you know, you might care about spoilers, so I'm just giving you 3 seconds to click that link. So, the final fight in the series, which is against Father, has cuts to other characters in the fight. All the cuts are important. All the things that the characters are saying, or what it cuts to, just adds something to the scene, which makes you just cheer and scream at your screen. In a positive way. None of the cuts waste my time. It doesn't take away from the scene. But in Phantom World, it just annoys me with useless dialogue to take away from the fight that is supposed to get me into the show. And it doesn't. Now, you might be saying, but pointing out the obvious, aren't you being a little too hard on a show that isn't a shonen battle anime? I would respond to that with, remember Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid from Winter 2017? Another show from Kyoto Animation. I'm not showing footage because that would mess with the joke, but watch episode 2. You won't have anything to say to me after that. So yeah, that's my opinion on a fight from a show that came out last year with a lukewarm reception. I'm kinda late, aren't I? So if you want me to be more on time, you can like and subscribe and maybe follow me on my Twitter, so I can eventually have the free time to stay completely current. And if you want more fight analysis, check out my Sword Art Online Fight Sucks video. Or my OP analysis, check out my Kekai Sensing King of Madness Part 2 video. But if this is the last that I see of you today, have a good whatever and take care.